spotlight on me. What you get is what you see.
Hey folks, how's it going? Welcome to Heart of Ohio Spotlight, the newest show here on Heart of Ohio Sports. This is a show dedicated to the best of high school athletics across the state of Ohio. Each episode features in-depth interviews with prominent faces in the Ohio high school sporting scene, along with game highlights and expert analysis. With a focus on community, competition, and the stories behind the game, Heart of Ohio Spotlight brings viewers closer to the action while celebrating the talent and dedication of Ohio student athletes. Our first segment on today's show is called the Student Spotlight. It's a segment hosted by recent Hopewell-Loudon graduate Cooper Snyder. Featuring content created by local high school students, this segment is for students, about students, and it's produced by students who have an interest in pursuing a career in sports media. In this episode, Cooper sits down with Old Fort senior Ryan Adelsperger as he reflects on his time with the Stockaders in both athletics and academics.
Hi, I'm Cooper Snyder. Welcome back to another edition of the Student Spotlight, where I will travel across the area and talk to different athletes about their experiences, successes, and the stories that they have to share with you. Today, I'm currently in Old Fort High School, where I will be talking to a senior athlete that has been on top of his game all year round, not just during the game, but also in the classroom. We have the first team All-Ohio basketball player for the Old Fort Stockaders, Mr. Ryan Adelsperger. How are we doing today, sir?
Good, Cooper. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. You ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
So looking back in the past in elementary, when did you first get the passion to become an athlete?
Well, I mean, my dad is the assistant coach for basketball, as you know, Steve Adelsperger. I've just been around the game my entire life, and so I think ever since I got my first mini hoop, I think I got it for Christmas one year, my parents could never get me away from it. I would always be shooting hoops on it, put it up on our door, and they just couldn't get me away from it. So that's when I think I first realized that that's what I wanted to do.
You still ball on the mini hoop?
Oh yeah, 100%.
All the time, just messing around.
I've broken 2 or 3.
You gotta love the little mini hoops.
Oh yeah.
So growing up, who was your biggest role model that you would say, not just to be an athlete, but also in life?
I think my biggest role model, I guess it does kind of translate to the court too, but mainly off the court is actually our head coach, Coach Eric Hoover. I think he is just an all-around amazing person. I mean, you see it on the court, he's very energetic, he's passionate, but it shows how much he puts into us and everything. And he's an amazing guy off the court. He's a teacher. He's inspired me to become a teacher because that's what I want to do in the future. And he's just an all-around good guy and amazing to be around. So that is someone that has greatly influenced me.
When you're sitting in the classroom, per se, and you're just so bored, you got some stuff to do, but you turn on some highlights on YouTube or something, who did you try to craft your game after just watching highlights and stuff?
I think, especially for Old Fort, would be Hunter Perry. Hunter Perry is one of our 1,000-point scorers. He's first team All-Ohio, great player all around back in the day. And I used to watch some of his old films that we don't have the huddle cams nowadays, but it was the old recordings.
Up there on the balcony.
Oh yeah.
Frame. Yeah, I've seen some of those.
Yeah, he was best. To this day, one of the best jump shots of all time. But if I wasn't watching Hunter Perry, I was watching Kevin Durant.
Tall, lengthy guy.
Yeah,
tall, lengthy guy on the court.
Yes, a lot of people say that I craft my game after Kevin Durant. So yeah, that is definitely who I would watch.
With your time here at Old Fort, you've had countless number of successes individually, all the awards, and then also as a team making the playoffs and all that good stuff. So for golf, people might not recognize you as a golf, more of a basketball player, but for golf, every year you've gotten some sort of conference honor. How difficult is it to practice golf and just perform and, I guess, excel in golfing?
Yeah, golf is a very difficult sport.
Yeah. I've never golfed, so I wouldn't know. I'd probably be really bad if I tried.
Golf is something that really tests your patience. That has taught me a lot of life lessons. I love sports because they teach you so many life lessons, but golf has taught me patience and dedication because
a lot of patience.
Yeah, there are some days when I just wanted to break my club and walk off. But no, I think it's just staying patient, trusting the process, and just going out and having fun. At the end of the day, we're here to have fun. So, and golf is something you can do for the rest of your life. So I enjoyed it and embraced every moment of it.
Obviously, for basketball on paper, that is where you thrived at your best. Tell me a little bit about the time and effort that you had to put in to be so successful at basketball.
Well, contrary to some belief, I did not play any AAU or anything.
Really?
I played some freshman year, and that was it. I am a firm believer. Some people might get heated with this, but I'm a firm believer in no AAU. No. I never really enjoyed it. My Saturdays and Sundays, I like to enjoy just at home, just relax. Yeah, but I found a lot of time in to craft my skills in here. I think this is where I got to my game to where it is. Yes, especially with my dad being assistant coach. He could unlock the gym. Hoover would have come in and unlocked the gym. I probably have the most shots on those guns over there for a long time. So I think that has really contributed to my success. It's just putting in the time that even when nobody's watching.
So the stats don't lie. And looking at your stats, you were the focal point of the Old Fort basketball team this past year. Going into a game, you knew that the other team will be focusing on you. If they were to beat the Old Fort Stockaders, they were going to have to find a way to shut you down. How did that make you feel, knowing that you were the main focus for all the teams?
At first, it kind of frustrated me. It was a little frustrating because it's something new where you're getting face guarded or you're having their best defender on you, which I was not used to because of the past success that we've had. But then as the year went on, I kind of embraced it. I'm like, okay, they respect me enough to have their best player, and I accepted that challenge. I was like, okay, I want to do this because it then opened up the other four guys. There's 5 guys out there for a reason, right? Yeah. So I embraced it, and I don't know, I had a lot of fun with it because I could show that other people could score, not just myself too.
Lastly, for basketball, let's talk about your 1,000 points. So in your last game that you've ever played as a high school athlete, you were able in the last seconds to make your 1,000th point.
And Adelsperger knocks down the 3.
How do you feel that you are in such an illustrious group that will get to hang on that wall forever, and just only a handful of people have ever done that?
Yeah, it's something I'm never going to forget. I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't know how many I needed. I think someone said I needed 21 or something. I got 21 on the dot. But I knew I was getting close, and I knew after I shot it that people started going nuts. And I'm like, we're down 8 points. Why is everybody
going on?
Why is everybody going crazy? But it was definitely bittersweet. Yes, I wanted to win the game. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm grateful to showcase that all my hard work and stuff has paid off, and that other people can look at that and say, okay, he did it. I can do it too. Yeah. So, yeah.
Moving over to baseball, which you are currently still playing at the moment of this recording, what is so different about baseball compared to basketball and golf and the way you practice?
I think, especially baseball and golf, are more laid back. I don't want to say that in a bad way. It's more. Basketball is much more fast-paced. You're always constantly going up and down. Baseball, golf, you're walking 18 holes.
You're more or less walking than you are swinging.
Baseball, you're standing in the field on defense or you're sitting in the dugout when you're not up to bat. So it's definitely a change of pace, but I still think there's still a bunch of opportunities that each sports presents to have those life lessons that I was talking about, or just the ability to come off the bench and be like, okay, it's my turn. It's my time to shine, that sort of thing. So that's a little bit how it's different, I feel like.
You've earned many awards all across the 3 sports, all conference awards, all district awards, personal team awards, all Ohio. But some might say, and what I honestly would think that is the most impressive award that you've gotten, is Academic All-Ohio. So how have you, as an athlete, in not just 1, 2, but 3 sports, been able to stay focused in the classroom and perform the best there?
It is not easy. It is not easy, especially for what I do. I've taken many college classes and really loaded my work schedule. My junior and senior year, especially because I'm preparing for college and all that stuff. So it definitely was challenging, but again, it's that part where I take my pride into where I know that I did a good job with my work, and it paid off, at the end of the day. So I take a lot of pride in that, and I'm very grateful for it.
Obviously, you were very successful here. What can you say about the community that has surrounded you and all the teams that have surrounded you and the impact that they've had on you?
Yeah, all credit to everybody. This community, Old Fort community, is something you won't find anywhere else. I truly believe that. It's amazing. You walk in to any sport. It's not just basketball, but you walk into other sports, volleyball. You go to a baseball, a softball game. There's so many people out there, and we don't have to be the best teams out there, but they're still out there supporting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it gives you that confidence as an athlete that's like, okay,
They're loyal.
They're loyal. They stand behind you.
Mm-hmm.
You know that you've got someone to support you. It's amazing.
Even on your down days.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Exactly. And it's not just that it was like one specific year. It's been, as far as I can remember, since I could walk even, there's been just countless fans. These stands always are packed too. So it's incredible. I'm incredibly grateful for the community and everybody.
With those fans, do you have a favorite memory or just a bunch of memory? What would you pick out as some of your favorite memories all across your career?
Oh gosh. Man, that's a tough one. That's a very tough one. I know, especially for the crowd, this year, especially, we had a really good student section. The student section's always been amazing all of the years. This year was great because we had some different themes. They weren't your traditional whiteout, blackout. I think the one night we had Minion Night, so like all the students would dress
all
up,
yellow.
Yeah, all the students would dress up as Minions, and then they had people that was dressed up as Vector and Gru. They had the whole 9 yards. So that was definitely one of the best memories. The bus rides to and from everywhere, not just basketball.
Some of the bus rides, they can hit. They can hit.
They're different, especially
Sometimes they're questionable, but they can hit.
We'll keep those off the air. No, yeah. There's so many memories. I'm so grateful for everything.
Do you have any regrets? Like, you look back, would I like to have changed something, or are you happy with the way everything's turned out?
I think, man, that's the one that when you sent me those, that was the toughest question.
Challenging,
Yeah. I think,
Because you don't want to take anything for granted.
oh yeah, of course. I think one of the biggest regrets was ending the seasons how it has been, especially this year basketball. We came off such a great season. That's something I wish I would have, like, I know I couldn't really change much because I gave it my all, but kind of the regret feeling like, man, it's done.
Yeah.
I wish I could have done a little bit more.
At least one more quarter.
Yeah, one more quarter, even one more minute. I
Yeah.
would give anything for that. That's probably, it's not specifically a regret, but that's something I wish I could have back.
So you are one of the nicest people, one of the most humble people I've ever known. I've known for a very long time. Way back, babysitter days. One of the nicest guys that I've ever known. How have you been able to stay so humble and kind all throughout all the attention that you've gained over the past couple of years?
Well, first off, for everybody watching, it's right back at him. He is one of the most humble guys too you will ever meet. I mean, this kid is amazing. He's a great friend, and I appreciate everything that you do for everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, but just to stay humble, it's just having a good attitude with everything that you do, and never letting your emotions get the best of you. It's very easy to do, especially in today's world. Social media can either build people up or it tears people down, and actions speak louder than words sometimes too.
Yeah.
So just doing the right thing, even when no one's watching, doing the right thing has always stuck out to me, and I think that's kind of how it's contributed to who I am today and who I surround myself with.
When people look back 10 to 30 years from now, what do you want Ryan Adelsperger to be remembered at here at Old Fort?
I want to be remembered as someone who was always there for somebody else. I want to be that person that they're like, oh yeah, Ryan Adelsperger, he was a great kid. He was there. I remember that time when I needed something, he dropped everything and helped them. I want to be remembered as, yes, I was good on the court, on the golf course, on the baseball field, all that stuff, but I also want to be remembered off the court because I like to be the inspiration to people. I think my athletic and academic stuff can inspire the next generation, so that's what I want to be remembered as.
Do you have anything you would like to say to the community that has been behind you for so long?
Just a big old thank you, and it goes without saying itself. It's thankless.
Yeah, thankless.
Yeah, it's a thankless thank you, I guess you could say.
You can't thank them enough.
Can't thank them enough. Exactly. Well said. It's been amazing.
As we come to a close, do you have anybody specifically that you would like to point out, say thank you so much for all you've done?
Thank you to my dad. My dad has been there through ups and downs, thick and thin, opening the gym. I mean, it's not easy to have your dad as a coach, but I've embraced it, and I've made the most. It's been such a dream to have him with me. He's such a great guy with all he does for myself, others around me, the school, as a teacher. Coach Hoover, same thing. He's, like I said, great guy. just all the teams, all the past, my teammates, my friends, my family. Thank you to everybody to get me to who I am today. I wouldn't be here without you guys, so thank you for all that.
Well, Ryan, I appreciate you.
Thank you for your time.
Yep. That was another edition of the Student Athlete Spotlight. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
My stomach is messed up.
The game's almost over. Can't you wait?
No, I gotta go right now.
Wow, really?
Swung on, hit to center, well hit. Back, and this one's gone. A home run for Connor Moyer on an 0-2
Needed
pitch.
that.
Smokes it to dead center. That's
Oh
probably at least
man, are you
360.
kidding me?
It happens. Never miss a moment. Heart of Ohio Sports. Hey, thanks, Cooper. All right, now on to our next segment. We're going to catch up with one of our former athletes here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We did cover him in our first couple years on baseball. Tiffin Calvert graduate and recent Terra State grad, Mason Big Johnson. All right, welcome to Heart of Ohio Spotlight. This is a young man that, when we first started this baseball journey 4 years ago, this was a young man that took this area by storm. Without further ado, Mason Johnson, how we doing?
Good, how you doing?
Doing wonderful, man. So let's talk, buddy. It's been a long time since we had a chance to sit down and chat.
Yep.
This studio's changed quite a bit since last time you were in here.
It has. A lot.
So let's catch up. So where you been this last couple years?
Last year's I was at Terra State Community College up there in Fremont, and yeah, we kind of just playing ball. Got an associate's degree.
Nice. What'd you go to school for?
I was in like computer information systems, so like a computer science.
Nice. Awesome. Terra's a great school.
Yeah.
Both of us are graduates from there, so that's kind of cool. Share something at least. I know I can't hit dingers like you, man, but let's talk about your career while you were at Terra. Obviously, let's go back a little bit. Let's rewind to last year at Tiffin Calvert. You guys went on a nice little run.
Yeah.
Obviously, it didn't end the way you wanted it to. You always want to be the last team standing, but you were part of a couple of really great runs towards the end of your career.
Yeah.
Talk about just your time at Calvert and just what that meant for you.
I mean, that time was definitely very special. We were a really close group. We grinded together. We got better together. It was everything. But I mean, junior year we were good, but we weren't great. We lost a lot of close ball games. And at the end of the year, we obviously got hot, and we went all the way to state, and that was just a fun run.
Oh yeah.
But then we kind of just got our feet wet, and we were like, this is what we can do. So then senior year, that's when we were good. We beat the brakes off of almost everybody.
That was fun.
We had a lot of fun playing baseball. And I don't know, that group was a lot different. We were all it was a lot of the sports around here you see, most of the teams are a lot of guys. You have like 5 like baseball players that play travel ball and everything, and then you got like a couple guys who are just athletes. We had a lot of guys that were like baseball players.
Yeah.
Like, played travel ball, knew the game. And a lot of those guys were young even. Like you had the Moyer boys who were freshmen, and AJ.
Yep.
And all those guys. Then you had Blake. And
Yep.
he was only a sophomore. So we just had a lot of guys that played a lot of baseball, and we all like meshed very well. And we were like, we'd go to practice, and we didn't think we got enough swings. We'd go hit in the cage after practice. We wanted it like bad.
You could tell.
And obviously came up short, but I mean,
man.
it for some reason it happened.
At the end of the year, I always say this, man, in baseball at that time, only 4 teams were going to end happy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, for you to be one of those last 16 teams standing,
Yeah.
you got to, I mean, something to hang your hat on, man. You guys had a heck of a ride, heck of a run. Now, I like to say that your junior year, that class kind of set that bar. You know,
Yeah.
obviously, you guys caught fire at the end of the year, but like you said, you got your toe in the water and you kind of said, all right, this is what we can do. We know we're capable of this.
Yeah.
And you got back there the next year, and I think that set the expectation for that program.
Yeah, that junior year kind of like was big for us because I think we were only 11-14 or something, started the playoffs. And we ended 17-14 or 17-15. So, I mean, that group of seniors was good. There were some ball players on it, and you had guys like Hunter Akel with crazy energy. Just get all the guys going. So, like, yeah, they really helped us and you had guys like Sam Krajewski, who didn't play a whole lot, but he was in the dugout making sure that everybody was in the game. And if you got mad, he would give a swipe of glue on your arm, and you'd calm down. Then you had no choice. So he was the glue guy, and that's really awesome. Another guy that helped us out that junior year a lot. But
let's fast forward a little bit now. Let's talk about what made you go to Terra. What was the decision factor there?
Going into my senior year, I didn't really have any looks to go play college baseball, and I wasn't like junior year. I wasn't like totally set on it. I was like, I don't know, maybe. And then senior year, I kind of like really got in the weight room and really like went all in and had a heck of a senior year. So I was like,
blew up, dude.
But I didn't have a whole lot of looks still. And I was like, okay, junior college, you get 2 more years, and then you could go somewhere else and maybe play somewhere else. So I was like, I think that's a good idea. And like we had Coach Gase, who was on our staff when I was a sophomore at Calvert, and he was on their staff as he's their hitting coach. So I was like, okay, I know a guy there too. So like, let's just try it out and see what happens.
For sure.
So I mean,
familiar face helps.
Yeah, it does, because then you know people. So it's like you're not just going in there blindly. You don't know what you're gonna do. I think it was a very smart decision on my part. I don't think I was ready for the whole college baseball experience yet. Going straight out of high school, it's a lot different.
Did they recruit you to go there? Is that what they approached you and gave you the offer?
Yeah, Coach Gase was really, really big on it. Like really honing in on it.
Rightfully so.
To go there. Yeah.
he knew what he had.
Yeah.
So Terra State, talk about those 2 years. What kind of a ride was that, man? Like, obviously the program was still in its building stages. Yeah. You know, this is only the 4th year of the program now?
This year was the 4th year.
This year's the 4th. So, I mean, talk about the evolution of that program since you started to where it was when you left.
I mean, to be honest with me, before I came in, they were not very good. They were like, I think the record before I came in, they were 17-20 something or 17-30.
Okay.
Then my freshman year, there was a good group of sophomores there. There was another first baseman there that was a heavy power hitter. And then we had a guy, like, his name's Hudson. He was the second baseman. He was we had a good group of sophomores that like could take us to the next level, but we just needed to do it. And that first year for us freshmen, we had a good group of freshmen come in, but like, it's college baseball. It's completely different.
Yeah.
Like our first weekend, the dude that we saw topped, I think 96, and I'd never seen that in my life. So I was like, it's 30 degrees outside, and we're playing, and he just topped 96. Like, what am I supposed to do here? It's kind of crazy to think the difference between a freshman and a sophomore at the JUCO level, because you don't think it's that much because it's only 1 year, but really that first year of college, like it really matures you into that next year, and people don't really realize that. But,
so as a stepping stone, do you think that's a good place for somebody to start out of high school if they're not sure what their next step is, but they do kind of want to keep playing baseball? You think that's a good step for somebody?
Yeah, I do. I think it's a great step because that first year you really realize like if you really want to be playing, because it's like if you can really like it in high school and play, but you got to love it to play in college because it's like a job almost. It's not really just a sport anymore.
Yeah.
You're doing it all year round and you're doing it 7 days a week almost. Maybe you get a day or 2 off.
And then you got to do your schoolwork on top of that.
Yeah, and you got college classes, which are not fun. But, yeah, I mean, I think it's a great stepping stone for people that are kind of late bloomers.
Yeah.
Don't really learn to grind and learn the weight room till, like, junior, senior year, because you're not going to get a lot of looks if you just have one good year in high school.
Right.
So, yeah, I think it's a great place to be because it's really, like, bet on yourself.
Yeah.
Like you're there and the coaches around you can make you better, but you need to do the work to get better.
That's right.
It's all on you. And you shouldn't be like selfish, but it's not like that. It's kind of just you gotta push yourself to get to that next level if that's what you want to do.
Yeah. And it comes down to like, if you want to go to that next level, you want to take your game to that next level, you have to put in the extra time outside of practice, because practice is almost like a rehearsal. It's like everybody comes together to rehearse. Everybody should know their parts. You know what I mean? Like, you don't come to practice and not know your parts. You don't come to practice not ready. And that's a big thing. It's a lot of preparation, I'm sure it's a lot of mental preparation too. Talk about that, the mental part. The
mental side of the game is a whole lot different because, if I'm being honest, in high school, like, if you go for 3, it's like, okay, you get to wake up tomorrow, mom's going to make you breakfast, and you're going to go to school, and you can get another chance. But, like, if you're really slumping in college, like, it's like almost next man up. Like, we'll find another guy that will put more competitive at bats up, or you just got to get back in the cages and figure it out. Like, it's just you. You just have to figure it out. You don't get to wake up and mom and dad are going to be there to pamper you, and you just go to the next game and you're still in the lineup. Like, there's everybody's can play.
Yeah.
It's not just like 3 or 4 guys. Like, you have guys that can hit that aren't even playing, guys that can play other places they're not even playing. So you really got to, the mental side is a lot different because just the pitching you see and just the base running and everything's just faster. So you got to have it mentally to be able to compete at a high level.
Absolutely. So you left Calvert, you went to Terra, and now you're done at Terra. Now what's your next step? Do you have a next step? Obviously you talked about summer ball a little bit before we started this. What's that entail? What's that for you? What's that look like?
Yeah, I have summer ball starting up in like 2 weeks, but it's kind of weird now with the transfer portal and everything. So like there's guys that are in it from different D2s and different D1s and everything. So kind of waiting it out a little bit to wait for like the higher, like the D2s and D1s and other schools to be done with their season so they can kind of still contact me. I've got a few like looks and offers, but I just haven't made a decision yet. Kind of my coaches are telling me to kind of wait it out a little bit, see what else comes, and then make a decision. So
talk about the team. You said when you first started there, it didn't have a winning record. What was the record like the last couple of years when you were there?
Freshman year I think we were 20 and 25, so just below 500.
Improvement though.
Yes, and then this year we were 32 and 25 or something like that.
Nice.
So we fourth year, you already have a winning record.
That's huge.
It shows, but our sophomore group that we had this year was really good. We had a lot of guys that played a lot our freshman year, so we were all like, we knew what was happening and how to approach everything, so we were just mentally there better.
I saw a couple of big posts where you caught fire during this season, man.
Yeah,
Talk about what was your final numbers? What'd they look like?
I think my just final batting average is like 494, but I don't really like to bring the batting average up and everything.
Oh yeah, batting average, that doesn't matter anymore. You know, guys in the majors hitting like 230 right now, and
I mean, because you can go for 3 one day and then go 5 for 5 the next. You know,
that's right.
It's kind of just a bad stat. I did have 10 stolen bases though. Never got caught stealing once.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Now, where'd
That's
them
the big
wheels
stat.
come from, dude?
I don't know. I
think you slimmed down quite a bit since high school.
I lost probably like 15, but it's more like I put on muscle.
I was gonna say, you seem like you've kind of like it's evened out. You know what I mean?
Kind of grew into my body a little better than when I was in high school.
For sure. What's obviously summer ball? You've got that on the plan. You talked about transfer portal. Have you put your name into the transfer portal?
I don't think I have to do that with that step because it's junior college, so they know after 2 years you graduate and then you.
I just didn't know how that process works.
I don't fully know how it does also, but I just know that I've made a lot of Twitter posts and sent a ton of emails.
Yeah,
but the emails are just like sometimes you send them and you get responses, sometimes you don't. It's hit or miss.
I know exactly how that is.
So the Twitter has helped me a lot, just with posting stats and other like Twitter pages that are like big on just uncommitted people will just put them out there and you get a lot of views. So what's
your Twitter handle for those of you out there watching? You might be
Mason_MJ23. I'm pretty sure.
So find him, follow him on Twitter, retweet all of his stuff, so maybe he can help get some more looks.
Trying.
All right, buddy. So after school, what's your plan? Like, what you went to school for computer science or computer technology? So do you have any plans outside of baseball?
I went to school. I liked it was hit or miss with the computer stuff. Like I liked some things, and then some things I was like, yeah, I just do not like that at all.
Right.
So I'm thinking I might change my major when I get to the next school to more of a sports centered thing, like maybe a sports management or maybe just a business or something like that.
All right.
Still really trying to figure it out.
Hey, you got plenty of time, man.
Probably should have it figured out. But
no pressure.
I mean, a sports management or even like an exercise science or something like that, I think would be very interesting. Because like the computers are interesting to me until like you get really deep into them and they get very confusing and very difficult.
You almost have to know computers from a young age to really get into that deep stuff. Because
some people I had classes with were nice people and they knew a lot, and I was like, I remember the first class I had, we were just doing basic computer stuff, just building PCs and stuff like that, and I was sitting next to this one kid. I actually still talk to him a lot. And he's like, oh yeah, this is the third one I'm gonna build. And I'm like, oh, I've never even touched one of these things. This is awesome.
That's cool. Different skill levels. I mean, and that's kind of the melting pot that is community college, man. Like honestly, you go to a community college, you're gonna find, I mean, how many times you sit in the same class with somebody that's, you know, probably my age or older, you know, happen a lot. And I mean, people get a late start, but that's a great place to get a start no matter what. So, but no, I mean, computers might not be your thing, but sports obviously is. Yes. And, you know, there's some sports stuff that might mix with computers. You know, I mean, broadcasting is definitely something that we could always use some more talent in the industry. And you seem to have some charisma. So just kind of throwing that out there. Maybe that's something you might want to take a look at.
Maybe I'll give it a little bit of a consideration.
What's your thoughts on this Calvert team? Because, I mean, they got a lot of pieces. They got a lot of talent. They got a lot of young talent.
A lot of young talent.
What's your thoughts on this team?
I think they're in a great spot because a lot of them have been on that stage where they're at the state semis and they've lost. So they know what it feels like, and they know what it feels like to play there. They're not going to get stage fright when they get there. But I think they got a good group, and that they can, if they really gel it together for the playoffs, they'll be perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
They got a great coaching staff, obviously.
One of the best, if not the best in the area.
They're very well coached.
But what do you think about this expansion on the divisions, going to 7 divisions? What's your thoughts on this? Let me get it. Let me hear it.
At first, I didn't really think baseball needed 7 divisions. I think the 4 was fine. Like, I understand the football having as many as they have. That's a whole different sport. It's a whole different thing. But I think baseball, you could get away with just having maybe 5.
Yeah.
I think 7's a lot.
7 is a lot. This is a year since they expanded the divisions now. I'm telling you what, it's there for the taking. It really is.
It is.
And I know
they're in the driver's
Matt
seat.
Coleman don't like hearing me talk about that at all.
At all.
I like the path. I like the way it looks. I like it looks pretty good, man. Like they got a pretty favorable run. So any final thoughts from you, buddy? Anything you want to talk about? Any shout outs you want to give?
Shout out, I don't know, Coach Gase.
There you go.
Coach Gase. He coached me at Calvert and at Terra State.
Nice. So once again, Mason Johnson, our guest this week. Thanks again, buddy.
Yep. No
Appreciate your time, man. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. All right. Thanks again, Mason. That was a great interview. Once again, you can catch up with Mason. Follow him, especially on Twitter. He's trying to get his name out there right now, trying to get some looks. Our next segment is called the Athletes of the Month. And we're going to celebrate all the athletes in the month of May here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Here's the pitch from King. Swung on, hit back to the pitcher who keeps it in front of him, knocks it down, and throws it over to first for the final out. 1, 2, 3, go the Tigers. King fields it cleanly, throws it over to first for the final out. 1, 2, 3, go the Tigers in the bottom of the 6th. Ooh. Swing and a miss.
That's it.
Ball game. Landon King comes in and shuts down the Tigers. But that'll put 2 runners in scoring position for Connor Moyer with 1 out. Moyer grounds this one past the first baseman's glove. It stays fair. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. It's a 2 RBI single for Connor Moyer. It'll bring up Connor Moyer. Moyer smokes that one in between the first and second baseman. And that'll bring up Connor Moyer. Moyer lines that one into left field, a base hit, and he is 3 for 4 on the day.
Yeah, that's nothing. His brother's on 4 for 4, right?
He's got 4 hits, but they all 4 hit him. And that one swung on and missed. And that one swung on and missed. Here's a 1-2. Got him looking on the outside corner. There's the swing and a miss. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, hit into left. Well hit, back all the way to the fence. Gets down. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And it's a 4-0 lead here in the top of the first for the Flyers.
Pretty good example of Flores helping himself out on the mound. He's done fantastic work, just setting him down like 1, 2, 3 every inning.
And there he's now 2 for 2 on the day with a walk and 2 RBIs. Swung on and missed. Straight down the pipe. Got him swinging. Swung on and missed. As that one swung on and missed. Nice pitch from Coleman. Here's a 3-2. Swung on and missed. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Tied him up on the inside. Coleman freezes him up. Strike 3. Swung on and missed. Swing. Strike 3. Nasty pitch there by Tucker Coleman. 3-2. Swung on and missed. Coleman. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Here's the 1-2. Strike 3 called. Ball game. Here's the pitch. This one hit to second. Palm up with it. Underhand to second. The throw to first is in time. Double play.
Wow. This
one hit back up the middle. Glove, throw over to first, and they get the second out of the inning there.
Just on it, man.
Coleman does a nice job defensively there. Charges in to make the play because both teams just do everything so well. Coleman hits this one back up the middle through the infield for a base hit. This is a chess match right here. You talk about your best hitter at the plate, your best pitcher on the mound. Strike 3 call. Got him looking on the inside corner. Swung on and missed. Ball game. Hoping Fostoria's that one bunted. Beautiful bunt, and she beats it out.
Nice job.
Wonderfully laid down there by Kaylee Concepcion. Exactly. They show the bunt, and the runner is safe at second base.
Man.
The 2-2. Swung on, hit into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Lee on her way to third. And she's in safely. Seneca's at first and third with 2 outs. And another clutch hit for Kaylee Concepcion. The 0-1. Outside, and here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit to left. Shortstop cuts it off, but Concepcion able to beat it out. And the Senecas have the leadoff runner aboard here in the bottom of the 10th. Throw down to second is not in time. Actually, it was in time, but the shortstop wasn't able to squeeze it.
Guess they need to bring her on home.
Bunted. Third base side. They throw to first. They got the squeeze play. They score the winning run.
Wow.
The Senecas steal it in the bottom of the 10th and walk it off against the Blue Jackets.
Wow, what a game.
And Adelsperger goes down swinging as Gabe Pugh starts out with a strikeout here. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, hit into left center field. This one's going to go all the way to the fence. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score. They're going to hold the runner at third. So you have runners at second and third, still just 1 out, and it's now 6-0 New Regal. Pitching stats for Gabe Pugh look pretty good coming into this one. I'm telling you, folks, this kid, he can bring it. As he sits him down looking there. Strike 3 called. And that's strike 3. Boy, Gabe Pugh is just lights out to start this one out. Setting him up and knocking him down right now. Two 2-0 Mohawk. Hopewell-Loudon at the plate with the bases loaded with 1 out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Magallanes. Swung on and missed. Swung on and missed. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Took a little bit off of that one. No earned runs, 2 walks and 6 strikeouts so far here. Swung on and missed. Elias Magallanes will take home our Benchwarmers Player of the Game. This one hit in between short and third base, right under the glove of the shortstop. Nice.
Well, it stays fair.
Stays fair down the first base line, and that's going to be trouble.
Brings in
1
one.
run will score. 2 runs will score. And that's a 2 RBI single, giving him 3 on the day for Braylon Mulholland.
Braylon Mulholland, our Benchwarmers Player of the Game.
Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. Froze him up. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Swung on and missed. Got him to chase one high. The 3-2. Swung on and missed. The 2-0 hit. Shortstop tried to knock it down, but it gets through the infield for a base hit, and 1 run will score. It's now 2-0 Liberty Benton. Hiss comes set. Here's the 3-2. Strike 3 called. Froze him up. Our Benchwarmers Player of the Game, Connor Hiss from the Liberty Benton Eagles. Swing and a miss. Addie Smith gets the strikeout. The 0-2 is swung on and missed. And Addie Smith rears back and fires that one past her for the final out. This one hit.
Oh, man.
Left center, and this has gone over the fence and out. A home run for Addie Smith.
Wow.
And that was just about as far as you can hit that ball to get it out, Greg.
Yeah, you aren't kidding, Nate.
Almost straight away center field. This one smoked right center field all the way to the fence. Smith on her horse all the way to second base with a stand-up double. And 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swung on and missed. Addie Smith with a big strikeout there. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, hit back up the middle, and it's going to get down for a base hit. An infield single will score a run, and the Tornadoes take the lead once again. It's our Benchwarmers Player of the Game award, Addie Smith. Home run, a double, 3 for 4 at the plate, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. This one swung on, hit to right. Right fielder retreating, going back. This one's going to go all the way to the fence.
Looks like it.
It's going to score a run potentially. Clay, first on the board here in the top of the second. Nice piece of hitting there by Darren Fussell.
He knocked the Fussell out of it.
This one hit into right center field. This one's going to get down.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And it'll be trouble. It'll roll all the way just short of the fence. They're going to send the runner from third. And another run will score. It's now 4-1 Clay. It was Darren Fussell once again with a big hit. Another double. That's 2 on the day and 2 RBIs for Fussell. Our player of the game today, Darren Fussell. 2 for 3 at the plate, 2 RBIs, and also getting it done on the mound as well with 3 innings pitched and just the 1 earned run allowed.
Man, Fussell, he's going to have himself a nice ride home and take home that Benchwarmers Player of the Game, Nate.
All right, that's our Athletes of the Month segment. Folks, if you have an athlete that you want to nominate, send in your athlete nominations to our media submission form. You got any kind of sports news, anything that you want to tell us about, anything that you think that we should be covering, give us a few pictures or maybe some videos, maybe some kind of highlights from a game that you were at, send it to us in our media submission form. Scan that QR code at the bottom of the screen. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us today. This has been the Heart of Ohio Spotlight Show. Once again, I want to thank the Wizard Greg Kinn for all of his contributions. I want to thank Cooper Snyder for putting together the Student Spotlight segment. And of course, thanks to Mason Johnson and Ryan Adelsperger for joining us on Heart of Ohio Spotlight. That's going to be it for us today. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in next month as we'll have our June Heart of Ohio Spotlight episode right here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State, Heart of Ohio Sports. Take care.
I got the spotlight. Hello, welcome to the show.